The only pleasure I get in my life is making Steve upset.
So how about we make Steve, to start the show, tell us why he almost lost his mind at the dog park, a place of happiness and joy yesterday. Steven?
Yeah. So listen, we're all trying to do the social distancing thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I encourage everyone to be responsible about that. And that's what I was trying to do. And I went to the dog park, which got to whisper that in this house because my dogs speak English. Legit.
Respond to park.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised to hear clawing at the door any second.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, they're nuts. And
I can't say walk around Waffles.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
she
another
loses it. She can't hear walk. Else, we got to take her outside. There's no
even the word go, because they've started to realize that go always precipitates good things.
Wow.
Slide, walk, park,
Damn.
bed. They like bed.
Mine's just putting on my jacket. If I put on my jacket or if I put on a sweater, they're like, "Oh, what's he doing? Is he putting
Charlie? Charlie just lies there like a sphinx, but Iggy's like, "What you putting on your jacket for?" The jacket is like staring at you and just like wag like a little bit. You put on your snow pants in the winter because there's only 2 times to put on snow pants. It's to shovel the driveway in a big snowstorm, and when we're going to the DP,
you
and he just starts wagging his. Sorry, what?
Do you put on snow pants to shovel the driveway?
When it's deep enough.
Must be pretty deep, man.
Yeah, I like it. They're warm. They're warm. Okay. Oh, Toronto. See, Adam,
Adam has to shovel it. Adam, do you shovel your gravel?
I have to shovel gravel, man.
Yeah, you shovel gravel? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, I know where you can move. I know where you can move. Sell your place and get 4 out here.
I don't know if that would be the case. Certainly not now.
Why?
But well, might be. I don't know if you heard. There's an economic crash among us.
I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Steve, what happened at the dog park?
Yeah, tell us.
Oh, so I went. All right. I'm trying to take social distancing seriously, but I'm trying to keep life normal. Everyone's dogs are thrown off. They're like, why are human home all the time? And so I went, sort of forgetting that it was Saturday. And like all the days are blending together. I had to be reminded it was Sunday today. I legitimately thought it was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And Oshawa was there. Oshawa was at the dog park yesterday.
Well, everything else is closed.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And if I had known what it was going to look like inside, I would have looked at the amount of cars in the parking lot and turned around and gone home. But it was packed. And you should have seen, I'm like playing, oh boy, that was just, here, wait. I just need water. It's not a real cough. It's not a real cough, I swear. So you should have seen me going through the forest, and there's families of people and all their dogs, and they're all coming up to me, and I'm like, get away. And I'm going like through the forest, tree to tree, trying to not come within 6 feet of anybody, like Call of Duty, just trying to get around
try to be
everybody. Ghost. and Charlie will not listen to me and will not come. And I go, Charlie. And what I didn't realize, we didn't name him Charlie. That was his adopted name. And it would have been a dick move to change it because he's 7 years old. So I go, Charlie. And then half the dog park comes because almost every dog is named Charlie. And so I got all these dogs that are covered. My germophobia is... And I turn into Howie Mandel, and I'm in crisis mode. And I am way too deep in the forest. It is too late to turn back. I might as well just see this through. And by the time I got home, guys, I'm not kidding, I almost had a nervous breakdown. Like, just in the house.
Because there's so many people?
Yes. Yes. It was packed. And I'm just watching. I'm going in the introvert part of the park, the ignore people part of the park, which is the forest.
Yeah.
Right.
The big play field is packed. and all these people just morning neighbor, morning, and they're just hanging out with each other. Just, I feel them breathing on each other from a distance, and then I'm picturing it getting on their dog, and then I'm picturing that dog coming up to me.
That's not right.
No, and
if we're supposed to be
out.
practicing social distancing, you getting that close, even at the dog park, that's not right.
I was freaking out, and it was not good. It was not a good. There was a tweet that is a little over a week old, and it has aged amazingly. Not the best week for people with anxiety.
No, certainly was not.
Losing my mind, and I was like, I don't think I've ever been on the verge of a nervous breakdown because of the dog park before, and here I am. But I ended up, I don't know, I'm dodging around people, and like people are looking at me like I'm a weirdo, and I'm like, I don't care. Next time I'm gonna bring what's that gun that Batman has, and I'm gonna go poof, and I'm gonna climb a tree just to get away from people. I told Mrs. Dangle, I'm like, we can't go anymore, or we definitely can't go on Saturdays. We gotta go.
Have you considered going at midnight?
Yeah, it would be scary.
It would be pretty scary. The Oshawa Dog Park's pretty No, but you know what I would
also, it's where all the local teenagers go to do drugs.
Whoa. Yes, good thing I've never been one of those.
Well, I remember the first time I went there, I'm like, this would be a great place to underage drink. But, too late. Too late.
So what I have to say about that whole story is Jesse's reaction to it. If Jesse has to scold you and say, no, that's not right, then you fucked up.
Right?
Like Jesse rarely tells people what to do. I think I can count on one hand in my life the amount of times I've disappointed him, and it's probably once, maybe twice. Maybe there's like a million times that he just hasn't told me. Where he was like visibly frustrated with me, and it broke my heart. So if you have to, if Jesse's telling you no, that's not right, you stepped out of line, man. You're like, it's done. And I find it. I went to the dog park too yesterday and today. So yesterday was like doggy Woodstock. Today nobody was there. I don't know what it was about downtown today, but nobody was there.
And I should say for everyone losing their minds right now, supposedly it doesn't stick to dogs, right?
It doesn't. That's I've watched like 4 of those CNN town halls with Dr. Sanjay Gupta, and they had the guy from the presidential task force. I forget his name, but he's the guy that's at all the press conferences. And people are asking about that. Like, does it
with the Italian name, right?
Yes. I forget what his name is. Anyway, that
was actually his name.
His name was exclaimed loudly. He was brilliant, like really, really well, like great, concise answers. You could tell he's been a doctor for a long, long time and very smart man. But one of the things that people ask is can my dog pass it along or whatever, and they can't. But I was interested at the dog park to see how people would react yesterday, because you have to take your dogs out, but you don't have to touch anything, and you don't need to speak to anyone. So I was like off in the side of the park with Everly and the 2 dogs, and I was just hanging out by myself. I was listening to a believe it or not, you guys will be shocked by this, a podcast on Napoleon. And I was,
of course,
I was enjoying the hell out of it. It was
obviously
so good. It's so good.
I bet.
And I'm watching all these people, and I think I must have looked like a big creeper, but I was sort of looking at like how people were reacting, and it's a big park and it's wide open and there's not a lot of forested areas, and people were definitely getting within that 3-foot zone. And I just thought, like, come on, like you're already here. What's it take to take like one step back? Just one step, and then you're within the zone, right? You can still hear each other. It's not like you have to yell across the park.
And the things people talk about at the dog park are, mine is
yours?
Really active. 2 years old. Like, it's not important stuff. We don't have to be like right up to each other talking about, she's 3. Come on.
What kind's this?
What's the mix?
Is yours adopted? Ours is from Mexico. Ours is from Cuba. That's amazing. They look the same. They do look the shut up.
Yo, I was gonna say that. It's the exact same.
It's the same conversation with everyone all the time, and it's not important. You know what's important? Social distancing and cutting the curve now.